The Cleveland Browns quarterback room has suddenly turned into one of the most dramatic storylines in the NFL, and at the center of it all stands rookie sensation Shedeur Sanders. Everything seemed to be aligning for him since the summer. A young, confident quarterback with the spotlight already following him from college, Shedeur entered the league with high expectations. But as the weeks passed, reality hit hard. He found himself buried deep in the Browns' depth chart, a fifth-round rookie waiting for his moment that just never seemed to come. Still, the winds appeared to be shifting in his favor. Kenny Pickett was traded before the regular season even kicked off. Then came another shocking move. Joe Flacco, who had just been benched for rookie Dillon Gabriel, was traded away to the Cincinnati Bengals. Just like that, Shedeur's competition was practically wiped out. Aside from Gabriel, there was no real threat standing in his way. On paper, it looked like Shedeur Sanders was finally about to get the break he'd been waiting for. One injury, one bad performance from Gabriel, and the door to the field could open wide for him. That's what fans thought. But it seems head coach Kevin Stefanski has a completely different perspective. When reporters asked Stefanski whether Shedeur would be the number 2 quarterback for the Browns' upcoming Week 6 clash against the Pittsburgh Steelers, his response left everyone stunned. He didn't confirm. He didn't deny. He simply refused to commit. The head coach said he would make that decision later in the week after practices. According to him, he didn't want to throw a young player into the fire too early, even though, ironically, he had just done that with Dillon Gabriel not long ago. And that's where frustration started to boil over among Browns fans. To them, this isn't about patience or development. It's about favoritism and distrust. Some fans genuinely believe Kevin Stefanski just doesn't like Shedeur Sanders. It's not the first time a talented rookie has felt overlooked by an old-school coaching mentality, but this situation feels different. You can sense the tension between potential and hesitation, between a young quarterback ready to shine and a coaching staff reluctant to give him a shot. Now, the mystery deepens. If Shedeur isn't QB2, then who is? Some fans might scratch their heads wondering if there's even anyone else available beyond the injured Deshaun Watson. But there is. On the practice squad, quietly waiting in the shadows, is Bailey Zappe. The former New England Patriots starter might be elevated to the roster for the next game, and if that happens, he could slide into the backup role instead of Shedeur. Zappe has experience, sure, but it's not exactly filled with highlight moments. His time in the NFL hasn't proven much, and yet the Browns coaching staff seems to value that experience over Sanders' raw talent and upside. Maybe they think Shedeur isn't ready for the big stage. Maybe they're trying to protect him from being thrown into a bad situation too early. Or maybe, as many frustrated fans believe, Kevin Stefanski simply doesn't trust him. And that's the real story unfolding in Cleveland right now. Because let's be honest, every time Shedeur steps onto the practice field, every throw he makes, every snap he takes, there's pressure building. Not just from the media or the fans, but from within the organization itself. People are watching, judging, deciding his future before he even gets a chance to prove himself. For a player who's been groomed for greatness, who's carried the Sanders name with pride and power, that kind of doubt can be devastating. So as the Browns prepare for their showdown against the Steelers, the question isn't just about who's taking snaps on Sunday. It's about what's really going on behind closed doors. Is Shedeur Sanders being protected or being held back? Is Kevin Stefanski making a careful coaching decision or letting his personal bias dictate the future of one of football's most talked-about young players? Whatever the answer is, one thing's clear. The Shedeur Sanders saga in Cleveland is far from over. Every move the Browns make from here will tell us more about their trust, their vision, and their faith in their young quarterback. Fans are watching, waiting, and wondering if they'll ever get to see Shedeur finally unleashed on the NFL stage. And when that day comes, if it comes, the world will be ready to see whether Kevin Stefanski's cautious approach was smart strategy or a massive mistake that held back one of the league's most promising talents. So what do you think? Is Kevin Stefanski being overly cautious with Shedeur Sanders, or does he genuinely not believe in his young quarterback? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth football stories, updates, and analysis.